So guys, I'm back with another video. This is right off the heels of the last video that I did as an introduction. And I just want to rate the apps that I have used in the past for language learning. And I've used a couple. I've used a lot. So this will be fun. So I'll be reviewing 16 apps that I've used in the past and currently. And I think I've downloaded a little bit more than that and tried before, but if I've never used it enough to kind of give a proper commentary on it, I didn't add it to the list. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. And I'll be using a tier list to kind of, give a little fun, a little zhuzh to the experience. So these are the rankings, right? So we have S tier. Oh wait, hold on. Let me edit these. So for the S tier, we're gonna give the name "Give You All My Money," because if it's that good, then we might as well put down the money for it. Even though, to be honest, most of these apps are free, or it has a free version of it, and that's what I utilize mostly because I was a broke college student. Yes, sir. Then the next one will be It's a Fun Time, because if it's not fun, then why are we here? Exactly. Then the next one is like meh. Because yeah. Then the next one is Could Be Better. And the last tier would be Waste of Time. Okay, now that we have our tiers, let's get into reviewing each and every one of them. Some of these apps aren't solely for language learning, but I did use it for language learning purposes, so it's on the list. So the first one we have up is Quizlet, guys. So Quizlet is an app for flashcards, and also you can use it for exam preparation or personal learning, whatever you'd like. It's really multifaceted in that way. I started using Quizlet in high school when I was doing Spanish, and I've also used it for other courses that were not related to language learning. So it was a very useful app. I haven't been using it more in the present day because of the fact that it requires a lot of effort up front. Of course, you can use other people's flashcard, but I realized for me, it was just more engaging and useful when I made my own flashcards. So, a Quizlet, I'll put it on. It was a fun time. It even had options that you could do multiple choice. You could do the traditional flashcard where you have the question at the back. Question at the front, answer at the back. You could also do matching. It also had fill in the blanks. It has so many ways that it could quiz you about a thing that's training your listening, your writing, and it's making sure you're not mixing up the words with other words when it does the whole multiple choice option. It was a good time. And technically, I could say I would give it all my money because it was very useful, but I haven't been using it of recent times, so I'm obviously not that hooked on it. So, all right, the next one we have is SpanishDictionary.com. Now, I don't know why I don't hear much about this app in the language space because it's so multifaceted. It's free, and when I say free, I mean most of the content is free. Honestly, it gives a lot of teaching for a free app, and we don't talk about that much. I guess most people know it for like the dictionary part of it, and that's how I started off using it. Just translating either sentences or words, and it would give you like multiple options and versions of a translation. And if it's a particular word that you were looking up, it would give you example sentences of it being used, as well as like the definition. Like good dictionaries do. Yeah, it's way better than just a simple translating feature. But I also realized that it gives grammar lessons. It has a section for learning new vocabulary. It even have a crossword puzzle section, guys. Listen, the lessons are so comprehensive and interactive. And after you get a lesson, it would give you a whole conversation in which you can implement the grammar rules that it was trying to teach. And it's actually so interesting how much is there for a free app. And I don't hear much noise about it. I'm just like, more people should know about this app. And really and truly, I should use it more. And it's like a tutor, honestly. So I'll put it in there. I'll give you all my money. Even though, to be honest, you really don't have to give it any money because it's really that good, even with the free version. And you don't see a lot of that today. Next one is Flashwords. This is an app that I've only seen it on iPhones and Apple products in general. I don't know if it's also available for Android users, but Flashwords, you can put in the language that you desired, and it will give you new words each day to learn or to practice. And it's just kind of like how Quizlet was, in the sense that it has the answer, it has the question, and then you choose the answer in a multiple question format. It also has a fill in the blank section helping you to learn how to spell the word, as well as it has, yeah, mainly those two options, multiple choice and fill in the blank. It's okay. It's not life-changing, but I will say I use it a lot for Italian, because the other ways I tried to learn new words for Italian weren't very engaging. It's like a chill thing to do, like you're on a bus, you're waiting to get something. It's relaxed. It's okay. It's not bad. But I think that maybe it could make its flashcard words a bit more engaging. So I feel like it could go meh, or it could be better. But I think I'm gonna give it could be better, because Quizlet is that girl. And if Flashwords really put more into it, then it would have been either a meh or it was a fun time. I feel like it's missing the fun factor. Then we have Tandem. So Tandem is a language exchange app, and I really enjoyed using it. In fact, I still use Tandem to this day. When I just started off with Tandem, it was mainly just, the option to send messages, voice messages, voice calls and video calls. But today it has the feature called Language Party, and I think the other is Language Groups or something like that, or Language Community. I don't remember the name of the second one. The second one is dead. I don't really see much, at least the one that I went into, like for Italian, ain't not much really go there. But the language parties are where it's at, yo. Language parties is essentially, you can join into you can create a language party and put a topic for the party, and you can choose the languages. So you could either make it English only or English Spanish, and based on the topic, people will join your language party. People can join as a speaker or a listener. And if you want to be a speaker, all you have to do is raise your hand, and the host of the party would add you as a speaker. And yeah, I use that feature a lot on Tandem, because sometimes with the language exchange apps, it's sometimes time consuming trying to make new friends and stuff like that, because you have to go through the getting to know you process. Sometimes some persons are not great conversationalists, or maybe it's not that they're not great conversationalists in their native language, but they're having a much harder time in the target language that they're trying to learn. But I do think like sometimes it's really a problem with the person, because you'll be talking to them in their native language and they're just still giving you nothing. But that's not a fault of the app anyway. So I think like for the structure of the app, it's really good. I have a fun time. I use it all the time. And I actually gave it my money. Because it's a fun time. I do love Tandem. I do a lot of karaoke on Tandem. That's my favorite thing to do at the language parties. Met a few cool people. I'm still trying to find like some like consistent friends though. The next one is Skritter. So Skritter is an app that helps you to learn Chinese and also Japanese characters. I'm learning Mandarin, so therefore I only used it for learning simplified Chinese characters. I think it has a version for traditional Chinese characters. The same app, but I think you just choose which one you want to learn. And it's cute. It has a paid feature, but it also has a few free stuff. Cause you know me, freebie. It's only recently I've started like paying for stuff, cause I'm not all working individual, but before I couldn't afford it. So the free version of Skritter was still useful. It taught me about the stroke order, and it actually helped me remember the numbers in Hanzi for Chinese. So I think it's useful. I think it's a good app, and other persons that use it for Mandarin and Japanese have said that it's a good app. So I will say it's I won't say it's a fun time, because it doesn't have that fun factor. It's useful for what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna give it a meh. It also does have videos. And I think like the videos, a lot of them were under the paid feature. So maybe if I had access those stuff, then I'd be like, it's a fun time, because I do like when we have a story to put with Chinese characters, or like a double more meaning to it, because they have a lot of meaning put into it, why it was created the way it is. So that might actually put it in the fun factor. But I never utilized much of it to say so right now. It's a good app though. It's a good app though. This is not necessarily just like about quality. This is just my experience of the app. Next one is Hello Chinese. So Hello Chinese is like my main app for learning Chinese, because it was free and it does have a premium and premium plus feature to it. Its levels based on the HSK, and I think it goes up to HSK 4. I hope I'm not wrong, but I do believe it goes to HSK 4, and it has so many good features. Each time you learn a new word, it gives you both the pinyin, Hanzi, and English translation. It also gives you grammar explanation, something that's missing from a lot of the gaming type apps for language learning these days. And I don't know why, because like, and also I see it like on YouTube, people like, they're always like, you don't need to learn grammar. And I don't think I've jumped on that bandwagon yet, because sometimes you don't understand why you do a thing, so it makes you make the same issues, the same mistakes all the time. That's why we have grammar, so you know why you say things a specific way. And it also, if you understand the grammar well enough, it allows you to say things in different ways, and also even break the rules sometimes, but at least you're doing it in a way that's natural in that language. Anyway, that was a tangent. Back to Hello Talk. It's a good app. It just needs a bit more fun factor. Like with a other app I'm gonna talk about further down, it has a streak. It does this whole streak thing, and I do try to maintain a streak, but I don't know. I feel like the app doesn't put enough, like, you know how social media tries its best to put different things in it that grabs the attention of users and make them want to come back every single day. I feel like it's missing that fun factor that will make me come back every single day. And because of that, I don't come back as often as I should to make the most of that app. So I'm gonna put Hello Talk in. It's a fun time. It's not me, it's like the main app I use in terms of really learning Chinese on my own. But it just needs a bit more oomph, a bit more zhuzh. So I just added two more to the list because I realized, wait a minute, I have two more stuff that I use actually on a regular basis and it's not on the list. Can't do them that. They've been good to me. Anyway, we'll get to it eventually. So the next one is Netflix. As I said, Netflix, as well as some other apps here, aren't just for language learning, but I have used it for that purpose before. It's the most useful when you're at the level of comprehension that you can get the most out of it. So I've tried it for Italian and Spanish. I can't use it for Chinese yet, but I do watch Chinese series just to like train my ear to hearing the language and picking out a few other words that should be familiar based on where I am in terms of my vocabulary. And I mean, watching shows and movies are always fun. So, and the benefit with Netflix is just it has so many options for your subtitles and audio. So even if a show isn't originally in the language that you're trying to learn, if it has the audio available, boom, right there, you got a comprehensible input source. So that's what I love about it. So I think that Netflix is, I'll give you my money because I did. I did recently because it's fun and I see myself using it on a regular basis. The next one is Anki. Anki is something that I use not only for school, but I also use it for language learning. And it genuinely is the app that I can say if you put the time in, you will see great results. Problem is I wasn't putting the time in because Anki, it's just missing the fun factor. Anki uses active recall. It gives you you choose how many words or phrases. I think it works better when you use sentences and focus on a particular word that you're trying to learn. Each time you see it and then see the translation, you can click if you knew it and it was easy, if it was good, if it was a bit hard, or you just didn't know at all. And it will repeat this thing as often as you remember it. So if you remembered it very well, you probably see it the next time 4 days, and the next time a week, and then the next time a month, and it goes longer. But the point is it's coming back just before you're about to forget it. So I put it in, I give you all my money, because I actually bought this during medical school, because on Apple products, it's not free, which is annoying, but it is free on your desktop and Android. All right, the next one is Hi Native. It's an app that allows you to talk to persons from different countries that speak your target language. You can ask them questions like, how do you say this? Or what's a natural way of saying that? It's not really for language exchange like how Hello Talk and Tandem is, but it's like kind of like a platform to ask questions. I'm gonna put it could be better. It's all right. Probably some features would have been nicer if I paid. Then we have Hello Talk. Hello Talk used to be my fave language exchange app because it had a lot of features that remind me of Facebook. Why I say Facebook specifically, it had a community, Moments. It had this feature called Moments where you can make a post, you can put pictures there and stuff like that. You see in other people's moments, you can correct their sentences and comment under it. They can correct mine and comment under it. The only thing is that I feel like they are pushing so many ads and everything else, but the language exchange part of it, it just doesn't feel as fun anymore. Another thing with Hello Talk that I used to like was the groups. It'd be kind of like how you have WhatsApp groups and stuff like that. And yeah, it was a fun time. But right now it's meh. And that's so sad. Like the last couple times I tried to use it, it didn't feel as fun anymore. I feel like the app changed in ways that got the fun factor. I post a moment and barely anyone would see it and interact with it. So I'm gonna put it in the meh category. I don't want to put it in the could be better, because like a lot of the features that I loved about it are still there. It's just not as engaging. So I just feel like they need to cut back on like all the other stuff that they're trying to push and go back to the basics, the things that made it great. Then I think this is innovative language learning, something like that. The app is alright, but it just wasn't engaging and a lot of stuff were behind a paywall, so I didn't use it much. I mainly took it up for Italian because I was like, I want something a bit more structured for Italian, but I didn't really like the language learning videos that they did for it. It just felt too basic, at least for where I was. So I was like, maybe it was a waste of time. And maybe that's kind of harsh. It's not that bad, but for me it was. I didn't really like it like that. We all know ChatGPT, and for what it is, it's good. For what it is, it's good. So that's all I'll say. It's very useful in tandem with something else. I'm gonna put it in, it's a fun time. I don't want to say meh, because it's not made for the purpose of language learning, but when you use it in combination with language learning, other tools, then it can really be a fun time. Then we have language transfer. I'm gonna put it in meh. It has the structure where it gives you like conversations, and it's like a recorded lesson that you're listening to. And they weren't bad, it just felt like it was not at the level where I was at. And it didn't have many options for languages either. So I just didn't really love it, and I never went through all the videos. But it's not bad, it's just it didn't catch me. Drops is at could be better, or maybe I should say waste of time, because there are more fun versions of language learning apps, and I just don't feel like it was doing anything different than the ones I've used before. Did it have a paywall? Probably. It probably had a paywall. I just don't even remember because I've been using it that long. And I didn't find it very fun. Others were more fun. The other that I'm referring to is Duo. Now I know there are so many people that will speak against Duolingo. And I understand. I've seen all the videos speaking against it and why it's not good. But I will say one thing that they can do is get you there to keep a streak. When Duo was like a newer app, it had like the community and commenting feature that made the app so much better. It used to explain answers. It used to give grammar tips and all of that. It was so much better than what it is today. But even still, I found it engaging and still useful. And it made me come on the app every single day, therefore practicing a language every single day. But the problem with it is that the progress in terms of like what you're learning, I felt like it's drawn out, it's prolonged. The language tree is too long. And you'd be there learning present tense for the longest while, and you haven't gone on to like the levels that are dealing with past tense, or at least I know the different types of ways to say things. Like I feel like you're at the same level in terms of grammar usage for too long, and that's probably just to keep people engaged. But for me, that's trying to get to a higher level, especially in things that I've been on for a good while, like Spanish and Italian. it wasn't very useful in that regard. I didn't feel like I was making progress. I was just having fun. So I'm gonna put it in it could be better. Because it wasn't a waste of time. It made me come every day. And it used to be, it was a fun time. And it went down to meh. But no, right now it's like, could be better. Bilingua app is the one that I think is really not talked about enough because it implements audio and reading. And a lot of persons do support reading as a great way to learn new vocabulary as well as improve your language learning skills. So, for that purpose, I've also started using it more consistently, not as consistently as I should, but it's a great app for learning stuff, and I did give it my money. The next reading app is Do Chinese, and I haven't given this my money only because it only offers Chinese, while Bilingua app offers Chinese. Bilingua app offers Chinese and other languages. The only thing is that the Chinese version on Bilingua app is lacking. It don't give me the pinyin, and at this stage I very much need the pinyin because I'm still like learning pronunciation and stuff like that, and I don't recognize the characters enough to be reading Chinese characters only. So Do Chinese got some free stories and I use them. Boom. It eventually will go to give you my money, but for now it's a fun time. And then the last one is YouTube. I will say YouTube very well could be in the give you all my money, but I'm not actually giving it my money. I'm giving it my time and resources, and people are making I'm giving it my time and mental energy, and people make money based on my views that I give them. So it's a good time. YouTube is where I found so many persons that would teach a language, explain concepts in a language, give me comprehensible input for free. Love that. As well as lots of language learning tips and advice, which help guide me in what to do for the languages that I'm trying. And it feels like a community, you know. So I will say, really and truly, it gotta go in the top tier, even though it's not at the level of give you all my money, because I don't give it money, but it really should be there, honestly. So this is my language learning app ranking. This was a longer video than I thought, and I started getting tired, child. But if you wanted to know what I think of these apps, now you know, and you can make your choice in terms of downloading apps. There's so much more that's out there that are paid, but if you were broke like I was, these are perfectly fine apps to use and will help you. So until next time, guys, bye bye.